What is going on, everyone? Jay Zimmer coming at you with another video. So for this, we're going to be continuing the 2K21 playoffs simulation. We have the Lakers against the Suns, LeBron against Chris Paul. As you can see on screen, that is what the overalls are looking like. I'm excited for this matchup. Obviously, I've watched a bit of the playoffs so far, and it's gotten interesting. The Lakers obviously could not come out with a win in Game 1, and that already started to make a lot of people question whether or not the Lakers are going to be able to pull off beating the Suns. I mean, I wouldn't really consider that an upset. Obviously, the Lakers were dealing with injuries throughout the year, and they are in no way a legitimate 7 seed. I've talked about this in previous videos. The Suns got pretty unlucky to have to go against them first round. We already know LeBron has never lost in the first round. But the series is 2-2. Booker has been playing unbelievable. Ayton has been able to slow down AD in some games. LeBron's still going to do LeBron things. The one thing that the Suns really need to get going is CP3. When he doesn't show up, it's pretty much game over. The Lakers have been playing pretty good defense. Obviously, it's really tough to shut down Booker. It becomes a lot easier, though, when they can slow down CP3, so I think that's really the key. I think CP3 is the key to determine how this first round is going to go for the teams. If he can stay on, who knows, maybe the Suns will be able to take down the Lakers, but if he can't, it's going to be tough. It's a veteran Lakers team versus a very young Suns team, obviously not including Chris Paul. So you're asking a lot from 1 year off of being a rookie, DeAndre Ayton. Booker's obviously young. So it's just asking a lot. Can they do it? I think they absolutely can. Do I expect them to do it? Not necessarily. I see this going to 6 games. I think it's, well, we know it's 2-2 right now at the time I'm recording this video. I think the Lakers are going to take the next 2 games. What do you guys think, though? Do you think it's going to go to Game 7? Do you think the Suns might take the next 2 games? I don't see the Lakers possibly giving up 2 more games in a row, but it's possible. What do you think? What do you think about the matchups? I really find them quite interesting, especially when considering their bench. The Lakers, we all know their bench pretty well. Kuzma, Gasol, Tucker, KCP, Matthews, and Caruso. Really, really good role players. But in my opinion, the Suns with Craig, Kraminski, Johnson, Crowder, Payne, Galloway, Nader, it's a deeper bench. I think LeBron, well, we all know LeBron is always going to be able to play 48 minutes, turn up in the playoffs, but he's getting old. And the more games the Suns make the Lakers fight, I think the worse it'll end for the Lakers long run in the playoffs. So yeah, what do you guys think about the matchup? If this is the first time you're tuning into my videos, quick rundown. Basically, I am simulating the entire playoffs, following the actual NBA game time and schedule. So this, I believe, is the 6th series in the playlist. So if you do want to watch more, feel free to check them out. LeBron with a mean offensive board and putback, and that's Game 1. So I'll keep explaining this series a bit after looking at the stats. We have Booker, who had a pretty awful game. I mean, looking at most of the shooting in general, the Suns really had an off game in this first one. On the other hand, LeBron James 4 for 5, Drummond 3 for 3, dark horse. Anthony Davis didn't really do much this game. Overall, though, it does look like the Lakers put up much better shooting numbers. We'll quickly check out the team comparison, and we have 69% to 25%. I mean, those numbers speak for themselves. If you're only shooting 25%, you're not going to win the game, and if you're shooting almost 70%, you're probably winning the game. So yeah, let's jump into the next one. But like I was saying, if this is the first time you're checking this out, rather than just doing a regular 2K21 franchise playoff simulation, I like to do it in the blacktop, let the CPU play out the game. I try to cut it to make it as interesting as possible. Any and all feedback on whether or not you like these types of cuts, if you want more raw gameplay, whatever, is greatly appreciated. And if you do like and want to see more of this content, feel free to subscribe. Obviously you don't have to. It would mean a great deal to me though. So yeah, as we saw, the first game went to the Lakers, and we know that's not exactly how it went in real life. With that being said, this is just a fun simulation. I hope you guys do enjoy. So with regards to the rest of the playoffs, what do you guys think about them in general? I can't lie, I am very surprised at what happened between the Bucks and the Heat. If you didn't already see, I did that simulation already. That was really close throughout. Unlike what actually happened, a 4-0 sweep was just not something I even thought was in the cards. I don't know if the Heat were just gassed from the finals appearance not even too long ago, or what happened, but that was pretty disappointing. With regards to the Celtics-Nets, I mean, there's a lot of news about that this morning. There's a lot of news with regards to a lot of these matchups and sort of fans being quite disrespectful. Obviously, you hate to see that. We are finally able to go back to games in person, and it just sucks to see people not respecting the fact that the league is even letting them do that in the first place. But going back, yeah, Nets versus Celtics. I am a Celtics fan. I loved the game where Tatum went off for 50. That was insane. But 3-1. Nets are just too tough to stop. I see that continuing, probably ending 4-1, Nets moving on. And then the Nets-Bucks, I think, is going to be an unbelievable matchup if that does come to fruition. I mean, you're going to have one team putting up 200 points, basically, and then the other team just Giannis dominate. It's just going to be a blast. I think somehow the Bucks are going to pull off that series. I'm just looking forward to that big time. This Phoenix Suns series has been great. Trailblazers series has been... There's so many good series. I'm ecstatic with how the playoffs are turning out. I wish the Wizards could be doing a little bit more against the 76ers. But you never know. It could turn around big time. But yeah, let's jump into this game for a little bit. Like I said before, if you haven't been around much, I typically just like to talk about the league, talk about what I think of the matchups in general without doing much live commentary. But every once in a while I hop in, and if you do prefer that in the future, I am thinking of recording these while watching and commentating, so it would be a live commentary type thing, almost as if we're watching the game together. So if you would prefer that, let me know. Booker with an awful shot right there, but an easy putback slam. That was a lack of defense, a lapse of judgment for the Lakers. We have Schroeder coming up with the ball. And it looks like we have a back cut lob from Davis. If you have been watching in the background, there's been a lot of lobs. The Lakers love to pass. LeBron has really been taking over. That first game, it was almost all LeBron. I mean, he was 4 for 5 from shooting. Chris Paul with a nice little pull-up from 3. Tied up game, so this is going a lot different from the first game. This is more realistic, more like how the series is going. Close games, tough, nitty-gritty basketball. LeBron with the ball, though, looking around. We know he's probably just going to bully his way. Rough-looking shot there. Actually gets the miss. Booker with the rebound. The Suns have a chance. These games are to 11, if you haven't already noticed. And if you would like those to be changed, feel free to let me know with a potential drive-by, but he is unsuccessful in doing so. Harrell with the rebound up to Schroeder, fairly open, and just misses it, but Drummond on the board, put back. That's something the Lakers do have. I mean, obviously the Suns have Ayton, a big 7-footer, but having Drummond and Anthony Davis on the glass, I mean, you can see they're both on fire right now. Another turnover for the Suns, and Ayton trying to dunk over Anthony Davis, and was that Drummond at the same time, and LeBron going right back for a slam of his own. And that's it. That's a sweep. If you didn't know, we just do best of 3 around here. Booker 3 for 15, that's not what you like to see. If he does that in these next few games in the playoffs, it's not looking great for the Suns. Overall, poor shooting performance from them in general. And when looking at the Lakers, not a great shooting performance from LeBron, 33%. Drummond, though, coming in clutch again. Davis, 2 for 3. The rest of the team actually shot quite well. And we can quickly jump into a team comparison. 50% to 24%. Like I said, last game, if you're shooting 25%, don't expect to be winning. That's going to do it for me, guys. If you made it this far into the video, what did you think about this matchup? What do you think the final matchup is going to be for this series in real life? Do you think it's going to 5, 6, 7? Obviously not 5. Do you think it's going to 6? Do you think it's going to 7? I do hope you enjoyed. Feel free to rate if you did. Like I said, if you like this content and want to see more, I'm going to keep posting these as frequently as possible, so feel free to subscribe. With that being said, I hope you all have a good one, and I'll see you next time. Bye.